Hello everybody and welcome back once again. Now this time we finally have the full stuff. We have finally found a system, a very interesting system that has a tropical planet on it where there is temperate climate. There is no hyper-aggressive drones walking around or flying around. We can actually finally settle down, build a base for real. The system itself is quite interesting as well because we got lots of different planets. We also got a glacial planet here where I also probably want to have another planet because I love the glacial planets with the frost crystals and stuff like that. We have the temperate planet, and over there we have another caustic planet that has lots of water on it. Now, interesting system, a really cool system, so it's finally time to settle down on this Usono planet that we have there. Now, I will be able to rename the planet then. That is something I really want to do as well. We can have a base there and we can really start fully, you know, scanning a planet, scanning its vegetation, scanning everything that it has, its minerals, doing missions there, scanning bases and stuff like that. So really exploring a planet to the fullest and also building a beautiful base. And that is going to be our planet for it. Vadyumi Usono, as it's called right now, but we're going to rename that once we have a bit of time for that. Now, we have a threat, fugitive starship that is there. While we are on the mission, or while we are on the way to the planet there, we can now finally also go with our new main missions here. So Ghost in the Machine, reach your base that we have here, so return or use the base computer to finally continue here with Apollo. And then we have the space anomaly. This mission here we can only do when we do technology blueprints, base parts, nexus and nanites. That is something, well, for that we do need a planet for that. Or we do need a base for that where we can do all these things. So we can finally focus on all of those things. The only downside is a bit that perhaps this planet, yeah, is a bit far away from the center, a bit far away from the space station that we have. So it's going to take a bit of time there traveling to and fro, but it's fine. Pulse engine though. Pulse engine is out. We have enough tritium that we have then. As we can see, we're landing them between all these asteroids here, but it shouldn't matter. We can, of course, take them down and get more tritium, as we can see right now. Or we just, well, buy the tritium then from the space station. But for now, let's focus on the planet. Let's go to the sunny side, or that is sun right now. As we can see already, the planet has lots of water and lots of continents as well that we can see here. So I'm inclined to go with a coastal side, so we can focus on that, having lots of water then on the side. I just love the idea of having a coastal side. And as the planet is coming closer, we can really see how beautiful this game is, really, when you focus on these things. There we are entering the atmosphere. And as we can see, we have endless ocean to the right. And here on the left, we have the main islands, or the main land. And somewhere here, we're going to have a nice little base then ready. Okay, we are now in the atmosphere. And we're now entering the planet itself. Right, so now, oh, this is already looking pretty nice here for our first real base that we want to have. There are also, once again, which is very strange, flying islands. I never understood why we have that here, but it is just looking absolutely beautiful in this regard here. Right, and a beautiful ocean there with lots of islands. That's exactly what we want to have. And here, well, here we can have our little base here, our first little base there. Just beside, yeah, on this little peninsula. That is looking fine here, just beside the coast. Let's have it over there, actually. And here we can then land. There we also have, once again, gravitational balls that are really worth it. And let's land here. Initiating the landing sequence as we now exit. And as we can see here, it is mellow, the weather. It is attentive. It is not dangerous except for these plants here, where we can get the oxygen from. There are also some animals here. I hope they're not too aggressive in that regard. And, oh, a drone is investigating. Okay, we don't have aggressive drones here, but if I'm doing that close to a drone, well, then it's investigating, of course. But as we can see, beautiful, right? This is how a planet should look like. And here, we can now finally start with our base computer. There we have it. And then we can take this land here as ours. Searching cartographic archives. Universal archive search reveals no prior claims on this site. Sonar test confirms site is suitable for construction. Let's claim the base. And with that, we have taken the land for ourselves. Belongs to us now. In all its glory. It's actually looking fine. I mean, the color is probably not to my liking that much, but it's still fine. Lots of these smaller balls here that give me ferrite dust and paraffinium. Interesting. And here we have the base. Can we now... I think we can now rename the base here. Capture a green shot. Now, I want to do that here. And this is Eden, as we're calling it right now. Just like that. And in Eden, we're going to build something bigger. Now, we have the base here, the base computer. And now we can go with structures. Like, for example, a cylindrical room. And we actually all have everything for this pure ferrite that we need. Right? And... let's just try that we rotate it to a certain spot. So this is a nice little first building. Of course, it's only the first building that we have. And we can then... I don't think that this one has a door. Nope, it doesn't have a door. So we can really just place it here if we want to. And there we got our first little building. Expanding the base, build a construction terminal, stuff like that. As we can see, it needs power as well to work fully. And it definitely also needs, well, a door. And there we have the door, but we need more pure ferrite. So what we also need here, we need to build up our processing building. So first of all, we do have the portable refiner. That is this one here. That we can also then get built into a building itself. But for now, the portable refiner here is fine. What else do we have then? Here, the signal booster might be of interest. Then base computer and construction research. With that, we need carbon nanotubes, one of it. Let's just go for that. We should... no, we actually don't have everything here. So we do need to get us some carbon for that. And while we're doing that, we should have some pure ferrite dust though. A bit of carbon we have. Ferrite dust. Oh, we basically don't have anything there right now. So we have to grind a few things. I could take these trees here for the carbon, but let's just keep those trees because they look amazing. And having a few trees there close to the base is probably what we want to have. I'm also really excited about this base because we can then finally follow the story. We learned the word "you" in the GAG universe. So we have the GAG here, the GAG aliens. And we can finally also start scanning some animals here. We have some minerals here that we can scan. We get some higher output then from this one. Right, and I hope there's no drone nearby. Now, we do get pure ferrite out of this one right away. Very good, so we don't need to process that from the ferrite dust. Since we're staying on this system for quite some time, it is very important to also learn the language as much as possible. So whenever we find now one of these language stones like the one over there, we can just learn it, you know, and at some point hopefully get fluent with the GAG. Because that is the alien nation now that we focus on. So we are doing also some mission for them. Doing these missions then will reward us with more reputation. And we get more missions the more we understand from the language. The more we understand from those guys then. What is that? Impulse beans. New item recorded, impulse beans. Alright. And we should of course also get the life support back up there again. So we do have enough pure ferrite now. There are some more animals that we could scan. Can we scan this one? Oh, we have already scanned it. Very good. This one we haven't scanned yet. I'm not even trying to pronounce these names. It's a hopeless case. Alright, so portable refiner. But there we would have something then. And let's go with the buildings. Alright, we also need a teleport module to get back to the space station quickly, because I don't want to travel such a huge distance all the time. Right, so that is something we need to do. We could probably do it in here though. That might be the best option that we have there. Exocraft, farming, terminals. There's the construction terminal. We have everything for it now. I would love though to do that in the building itself. Alright, so let's go with structures, doors, and now we can finally add a door to this building here, to the structure there. So now we can finally enter. Let's get in there. There's no power yet, so that means there's no lightning, but I think we should still be able to have the portal here. Yeah, we could have the teleport base module here if we want to. And also the construction terminal. Oh no, chromatic metal is what we need. Alright. Chromatic metal is from the copper. And I think we should have quite a lot of that. Yep, on the starship. So no big deal. Let's back in here again. And now we can finally build it. Construction terminal. Oh, actually there are predefined spaces for that. And then we can just place it there. And with that we have updated the mission now. And hire a base overseer would be a quest now. Actually, construction terminal. Okay, so there's nothing really happening. Hire a base overseer that we get in the base or in the space stations. Right, so that would be that. For the construction terminal. And the other thing that we still wanted to do is the construction research unit. We can also have that in the building itself here. So that we have a few things in this building there. Then we can probably just add it there. Magnetized ferrite is still what we need, okay? And there we have it, our construction research unit. So with that we can finally use all this tech that we've gotten all the time. So lots of pirates attack all the time because we got those salvage data there in store. They're quite valuable, and with them we can then, well, have more buildings unlocked, like the safe beacon. Provides us a navigational waypoint that we can have more structures for the wood, the metal, the concrete. And in that case here, I want to go with the solar panel. It costs me 8 salvage data though. And the battery then as well, where we can store the energy. That is very important because I don't want to have the biofuel reactor here all the time. We need to refuel the biofuel reactor. And this requires a lot of time. So let's research finally the solar panel. And the battery. That's why we have the salvage data for anyway. Right, we have them researched so we can build them now. It's nighttime now. Lots of animals here all the time. This one we don't know yet. Tribuncus. It's a synthetic worm. Alright, no worries about that. So we do have 2 or 3 goals now. First of all, we do need a portal. That we have here. For that we still need 2 more carbon nanotubes. For that we do need a bit more carbon. And I think we do have that in the portable refiner anyway. Righto. Let's take the portable refiner that we get the carbon back up again. And then we have the carbon nanotube. 2 of that. And then we can build the portal. There it is. Our star portal. With that we can go back to the space station and easily. And let's just see where we can have it. Right here? I think right here is a nice location for now. And there it is. Close together so we can have the power line then close together to those guys here. And the other thing is that we can build now is for the power that we have here. And that is then the solar panel here. So that needs a bit of gold. And the biofuel reactor, not the battery, condensed carbon. So the gold is something we get in space from the asteroids that we can destroy. And having this one here then produces us some energy to build us a nice base here. There's also some oxygen. I mean, usually I'm not really in there for collecting oxygen, but when it's here, just like that, we can just collect it. Walking around on the beach here. Over there, we have another language stone, just like that, hanging around. Learning another language while we continue analyzing those plants there and getting the carbon from it that we need. It's very exciting to get everything from this planet that we know of, that the planet has to offer, especially those plants with carbon and oxygen at the same time. That's pretty cool. And what I can see is there are some crates as well lying around here, just like that. And the knowledge stone. For the GAC again, trade, very good. And condensed carbon here. I hope the drone doesn't mind me opening those things. Some ammunition there as well. And more crates here. Sodium. Okay, and one more thing that I want to do here now is go back to the space station, and over there we are going to find us an overseer and stuff like that, and some missions. Okay, back at the space station, here we have now finally one of these alien gags, and we can hire a construction overseer here with this one here. There's something compelling about this gag. They shall feel at home in my home. Alright, so this is our first worker that we have now. I will be at my station before you know it. See you soon, friend. Alright, so once we get back there, he should then be working there. Return to my base. So this is the mission that we had here now. And now we should have something new here. Yeah, return to the overseer with expanding our base. Very good. Now, we still have a few things here to do though. First of all, what I wanted to do is getting a new multi-tool. Over here, we do have a weapon terminal. So this is a multi-tool that we have there. A rather good looking, right? And it has, well, it has a mining beam, a terrain manipulator, analysis visor, and a scanner. Let's compare it real quick. Here we can see now what it can actually do. So it has a bigger scanner range. It has way more slots for tags. So this one here, our old one, our basic one, has only a few slots for tags. This one is very, very big and extensive. So yeah, let's actually go with it. Buy and add to collection, or exchange. We could trade it with the current multi-tool. Let's do that. And there we have it. Right, so now we should have, yeah, we do have a new multi-tool here that we can use. A better weapon overall. So with this multi-tool, we can now install new technologies. The bolt caster is one of the first ones that I'm doing here. So that we can finally fire shots as well. And with them, we could then defeat the drones much easier. But also, we can go on the fighter missions. We have also the advanced mining laser that we need to activate here. The advanced mining laser does need the wiring loom. We do need one more wiring loom. And here we have attack. So this one here is a powerful personal shield that we should also activate, and we can actually do that right away. So all we need now is 4 carbon nanotubes and 2 wiring loom. Now the wiring loom we do get here as well, and the rest is in the trade terminal. And let's have a look at this guy here too. I think this, yeah, this is one that has upgrades for my exosuit. We do have enough nanosuits, so I would actually like to get, well, if it's possible, something new, something that might give us an edge, so that we have the movement, significant movement system upgrade. Let's go with that. And also, oh, we have a smaller movement upgrade here as well that we could take for, and the life support. Let's have a look at the exosuit technology there. So here we still have, let's have a look. There it is. We can install it now and take it into our technology. And there we have now the movement combustion unit. So this one here gives my jetpack tank a plus 102% boost, and my sprint distance is 13% longer. That is pretty cool. So this is a huge upgrade actually. So we can now fly way longer and stay in the air flying around. That is something very useful. Alright, the other thing that we still need to do here at the base before we go back home is, first of all, marvel at all these ships that are here. There are actually people coming out now. That is pretty cool as well. So these bases feel way more alive than before. And over here we do need the wiring loom. How much was it actually? For the multi-tool, I'm very eager to try this one out. So we do need still 2 wiring looms here, so the trade terminal should have it. And there they are. Let's take 2 of them. They're very expensive. We don't actually have that much. Yeah, we do have that much money, but not that much anymore left. So what we could do is salvage data here. Let's sell this to get a bit of money back again. The salvage data is very easy to get anyway, right? And the other thing that I wanted to do here, do I have the space for it? Yes. The carbon nanotubes that we have there. So we have 1. We will need to grind a bit of carbon, I think, because we cannot purchase carbon here. Nope, unfortunately there is no carbon here, and also no carbon nanotubes, only the hermetic seal. So that's really it that we can do here. Now the cool thing is, now that we have those things, I could just teleport myself back to my station. I don't have to travel that long distance anymore. And once I have the power, I don't even need to travel to the space station anymore, but I can rather just use the teleport on my space station. The only thing that's left for me now to do is get some gold. And the goal is something that we can, well, grind in those asteroid belts, so by just destroying some of them. Also, of course, there are on planets as well, I think. So I've seen a few of them. Oh, there's a gold nugget there, very good. So unfortunately we don't, oh yeah, we do actually have the space for that. So let's just keep the gold nugget there, because then we get lots of gold out of them. I'm just grinding that. Usually there are also on the planet, as I said, some of them of gold deposits, but it's easier to grind a few of them in the asteroid belts here. So let's just do that. The view is pretty. From time to time there are also bandits attacking, so we can just kill them and get perhaps some valuable cargo from them as well. Right, after a bit of time we're back home to the tropical planet here. While we are flying, I can get, well, use of the gold nugget here. So as we can see, I get around 50 to 100 gold out of each one of these. So I have 240 gold now in store. That should suffice me for quite some time, as the planet is getting bigger and bigger. Next up would be now that we focus a bit on energy production as well, and I also need, well, a bit of carbon, and that is exactly what we can do here as well. Since that planet is so big, let's actually fly a bit away here, grind a bit of carbon, and perhaps even some language stuff and like that. Perhaps we find a nice base, and then I get back home to my base and we can finally use all of the things that we did now. And as we're flying towards that beautiful sunset, actually there is a nice little base here. Also some strange rocks and stuff like that, but also enough plants that we want to harvest here. So let's get down there, have a look at the base first before we go with some carbon. A nice smooth landing that we have there, 15 degrees outside, such a nice planet overall to just live here. Do I have the space for something to loot? Yes, we do have a bit of space here. Wiring loom as well. A bit of carbon is all we need actually, but let's just find out what's here. There's a damaged machinery, first of all. Very good. Let's get rid of the slime. We don't need that. A bolt caster module. What? A supremely powerful upgrade for the bolt caster. That is cool. Very good. Increases firing rate and whatnot. So we have the bolt caster here. I haven't really installed it yet because we still need a few resources. First of all, we can do the mining laser though, the advanced one, right? That is now active. That is now active for us. The bolt caster still needs a carbon nanotubes, and this one is actually already installed now. So improves the reload time and the damage of my bolt caster. So once I have it installed, I can use it quite a lot. And look at that. The weapon is also much bigger than the previous one. And with that, we should get materials way faster, so I can't wait for some upgrades that we get there as well. Encyclopedia, we have learned a new word. Restore my shield. Oh, nanites here, very good. Actually, 60 of them, quite a lot. So it's always worth it grinding out these little bases here, because they give you nice resources. And even tech, I'm very excited for the tech usually. There's something here. Navigation data. Oh, more nanites. Alrighty, that's that. And now actually ready to grind out some carbon, and then we go back to the base with all the stuff that we've now gotten. Pretty cool here also now with the advanced mining laser. Once again, I can actually get the condensed carbon here right away, so I don't even need to process the carbon that I have then, because processing carbon to condensed carbon is really time consuming, and getting those crystals, of course, once you find them, it's just so valuable to find that. Let's have a look around. We have some sodium crystals over there, but we really don't need any sodium. Other than that, I have pure carbon over there and some more condensed carbon in forms of crystals. That's really amazing, saving a lot of time for that. Also, when flying back to my base, there is another interesting bigger base here, even with a landing spot. They're usually quite interesting when they have that. Plus, I don't need to spend any energy when I want to launch again. So let's just have a quick real look into that as well. Oh, well, we do have some interesting creatures here. I think those are the guardians of this one. I hope they're not attacking me. We do have a bolt caster now. I think, have I installed it? I haven't installed it yet. Okay, so that's exactly what we should be doing right now. Let's use my... We have lots of carbon now, so let's get rid of this one here. I don't really need it. Instead of it, let's build the carbon nanotubes. So I still need a few of them. Let's have 3, let's have 4. For my bolt caster here, so it only needs 3, but it's good to have one in advance then. And also the chromatic metal that we have. So now we finally have the bolt caster. We can now activate it. And there it is, and then we can fire, right? And we could try to defeat them. I don't know if that is such a good idea. Let's try to get in there. Oh, also some oxygen that we need once again. Well, let's just try to get in there. Hopefully they don't see us. Oh, a reinforced door. We need to actually destroy it. Now we can actually do that. And yeah, they're getting now... Yeah, they're trying to attack us now. Perhaps we can get in here before they actually kill us. And there we are. Let's get in here. Very good. They're still searching for us now, so we need to hide a bit here. That was pretty close though, because they did a lot of damage. I don't think that I could actually kill them if I wanted to. And there's now a GAG operational center. Let's have a look. Trade, docking, trade. This appears to be an AI-driven facility. If I were to reactivate the correct workflow, its autonomous systems may bring the installation back. Create trade modules. The terminal rejects the input and shuts down entirely. Oh, okay. I was a bit too quick there. So I thought about the trade, since I've read that, but it seems to have been a deeper riddle of some sorts. Doesn't matter, let's get back to the base now as quickly as possible without dying, preferably. And we're back at the base, and let's have a look at our construction terminal. And yes, there is actually someone here already. There is the guy, so he's here. You have so much to learn, so much to see, and this place will be our home amidst the infinite. Take this glass and let starlight flood into our jolly home. Accept the glass. New product. We have now the glass. Very good. Froze crystals it needs, so that is something we should be getting. Or refined from silicate powder as well. Right. Then we have the blueprint for this one here. That is partner of our expanding the base. And we should also then have the ghost in the machine, so the Apollo program here. Construct terminals for specialist researchers, find recruits aboard the space station. So probably more of them. Oh, everything pours through glass in the end, but there's time enough for that. There are other things to do we have to do. If you prepare chromatic metal, I will use it to calibrate a science terminal suitable for Corvex entity. The Corvex have suffered terribly at the hands of my people. Be kind to them, I beg you. Okay, some chromatic metal. We should have that. Making themselves useful. A science terminal, a new Corvex gas, and all for just a handful of chromatic metal. Righto, that is something we can do. Collect, we should have it. Let's try. Okay, so it seems like we don't have the required material. Okay, speaking to him once more, now we can give him the chromatic metal. Perfect. Now we get a science terminal blueprint with that, and we can actually build that right away. Right, so we have the science blueprint. That is pretty cool. Now for the science blueprint, we do have everything ready. We have littered the universe in our great traveler. This planet is no exception, but there's much that can be done with litter. Make your way to an abandoned structure and harvest the data from the terminals. I shall use it to fashion us plans for a storage container. Whatever the motive the overseer claims, I will find data for a storage container. Alright. I will do that, so there's some exploration that we need to do. First of all though, we should be able now to build a science terminal. Let's have a look at that. Specialist terminals. Science terminal, there it is, and we can build it. We have the space for it. Let's build it over there. Alright, so space science terminal is active. In that case, we do need now to find a space station where there are Corvex, and only then can we use it. What can we use the construction for? So in this case, he gives us the quest to... Yeah, we hurry to advance to more blueprints. So the storage blueprint that we have done. Really cool. And also what I wanted to do now that we're here, we actually have quite a lot of resources. So the multi-tool is now fully working. I'm glad to see that. The starship technology is also full. We should, yeah, look for a better starship soon though, because we cannot really put in there too many technology modules. That is something. Right, power is something that I also wanted to go for. So power that we have then here. And there we have the solar panel. We do have the gold, we do have the metal plating. Chromatic metal is though all we need. Can I place it though? No, I cannot place it. Okay, chromatic metal, that is from copper. We've just given quite a lot of it. So hopefully we still have a bit of copper. There it is. Very good. Let's take 100 copper and start with the refining process. So that we get a bit more chromatic metal out of it. Perfect. And now we have also everything for the solar power panel. Let's just build it over there. There it is. And it is now generating 51 power, I guess. Beautiful. Only during daytime though. And we now can connect it with a power cable. There it is, electrical cable, to my portal. And now the portal is finally active. I can now immediately travel to the space station back and forth if I want to, as long as it's daytime on this planet. Now, in order to storage power, we do need also a battery that we already have. And we actually have all the resources necessary for a battery. So let's just place the battery here. Very good. And all we need now to do is connect it with our solar power panel. There it is. It's now connected. And now the battery, as we can see, storing power, the overflow power that we have from this one here. And so I can now have my portal here, which is connected. Oh, it's not connected. Wait a second. We need to do that differently. So in that case, we do need to get rid of the power cable that we have here. Gone it is. And connect it here with the battery itself. Right? So now the portal uses the power from the battery, and what we can do as well is having another cable going to my hub here. So now the hub has power and the portal has power. Both are drawing the power from the battery. We can still, as we can see, charge the battery during daytime. So this panel is using enough energy for that to power those two buildings here. And now in my main hub here, we now have light. Beautiful. And we now have a working facility where everything is working together. Also our construction research unit here. And now we could just add more panels then, having bigger batteries, and start building our hope base. So this is our little building here now for the terminals, because we need them for the gags that give us then missions for the specialists. And then we can also have a nice little home with a seaside view here, where we can then have infinite power thanks to the solar power panels. We don't need a biofuel regenerator anymore. That is pretty big, in my opinion at least. And with that, we can finally look to a brighter future. And I hope you enjoyed this one, and then we'll continue. Stay tuned.